Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. This is Politics Today, live on Channels Television. I'm Yusuf Gagdi in Abuja. Let's begin by letting you know that a frontline presidential aspirant of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, and a former deputy governor of the central bank, Professor Kingsley Moghalu, has dumped the ADC. In a letter that the professor wrote to the national chairman of the party, Mr. Okenwosu, his decision comes days after he lost the party's presidential ticket to Mr. Dumebi Kachiku, founder of Roots Television. Moghalu says that his leaving the party is as a result of the poor conduct of the presidential primary. He's alleging financial inducement and what he describes as obscenity in affairs and administration of the party primary. Part of the letter states that, quote, have resigned because the process and conduct of the party's presidential primary on June the 8th, 2022 at Abeokuta revealed a fundamental clash of values between me and your leadership of the party. For me to remain a member of the ADC, therefore, after what thousands of party members participated in at Abeokuta will be to endorse political corruption of a most obscene order. End of quote. So much to talk about today is Democracy Day, and so many things are on the minds of Nigeria as regarding the dividends of democracy. Because when you talk about democracy, you'll be asking, what are the dividends of democracy that Nigerians have gotten? It's 23 years now, if you remember, when Abdulsalami Abubakar officially handed over the reins of power to the then elected President Olusegun Obasanjo at the Eagle Square. It's 23 years. Looks so fast, isn't it, for those who are present and alive at that time. So it's interesting, and we've been monitoring all the development of the country since then. But tonight, we'll touch on the issues, especially at a time like as this when the nation is debating the concept of Muslim ticket, running mate issue, the issue of governance, the 2023 presidential election. All those issues get our attention tonight, but still with me, because first and foremost, we'll serve you with your political roundup stories.
Election Monitoring Group Yaga Africa has been expressing some concerns ahead of Saturday's governorship election in Ekiti State. Yaga Africa says its findings reveal that strategic voter inducement is taking place in the state ahead of the polls, just as it identifies publicity gap on the new technologies introduced by the electoral umpire.
Politicians are finding way around the new innovations that INEC is putting in place. So if you are reconfiguring the polling booths, it means that it's going to be difficult to pay voters on ED.
Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State has advised minority ethnic groups across the country to mobilize by way of lobbying the National Assembly for rotational governorship and presidential positions among the 3 senatorial zones of each state and the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. According to the governor, this will help in addressing political domination by majority groups.
I will still implore you to work towards talking to members of the National Assembly, where we have the Zone C representative, Zone A and B, and others.
Gombe State Governor Inuwa Yahaya has unveiled 2 projects in the education sector. These include a completed model primary and junior secondary school. The governor also inspected the permanent site of the State School of Nursing.
The idea is for us to develop human resource and the capacity of the state in every field of human endeavor. So what you have in the primary schools will translate to what you have in the higher schools and equally to the tertiary institutions.
And a group known as APC Professionals Forum is throwing its weight behind the presidential flag bearer of the party, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. The group applauds the conduct of the primaries that led to his emergence, describing it as democratic and transparent.
The forum will continue its flagship program, APC Scorecard, with political office holders as a means of showcasing our achievements as a governing party as we head towards the general election.
Today is the 13th of June. Yesterday, the 12th of June, is the day Nigeria has set aside to commemorate June 12, the Democracy Day. Nigeria has been commemorating the day of, since 23 years ago, when Nigeria returned to democratic rule. It's been 23 years of unfettered democratic practice, and today, President Muhammadu Buhari inspected the Guard of Honor during the 2022 Democracy Day Parade held at the Eagle Square in Abuja. The parade is an annual exercise held in honor of the nation's return to civil rule and to remember Nigeria's heroes of democracy. President Buhari's arrival was heralded by a general salute, signaling the official kickoff of the exercise in the nation's capital. The Senate President, Ahmed Lawan, Speaker of the House of Reps, Femi Gbajabiamila, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Tanko Muhammad, and former President Goodluck Jonathan were physically present. Happy Democracy Day to you, all Nigerians, wherever you may be watching tonight. Well, let's tell you that the youth wing of the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, is one political party against fielding presidential candidates and running mates of the same religion, insisting that such a decision is unhealthy for a multi-religious country like Nigeria. The president of the association, Mr. Belu Sochukwu Enwere, told journalists at the National Christian Center in Abuja today that any political party that fills a Christian ticket or a Muslim presidential ticket in the 2023 general election is on a mission to fail. Take a listen to him.
Well, in the spirit of ethno-religious balancing and to foster integration and national unity amongst all tribes, Nigeria needs oneness and togetherness. And we plead to all the presidential candidates that it is time for you to prove that you will be able to lead Nigeria well. It is time for you to show that you are not for one particular religion, you are for all. When we have a president that is a Muslim, the next in command, second in command must be a Christian. When we have a Christian as the first in command, the second will be a Muslim. That is how it's supposed to be, for equity, fairness, and justice. We must be able to do things to balance religion in Nigeria. When we have a Christian Muslim ticket, it will balance the equation. And we are saying that any party, be it APC, PDP, ABGA, or any other party that fields any candidate that with the same religion is bound to fail.
That's a strong warning coming from a religion organization. But will the political party yield to that warning? Let's talk about these issues and some more. Tonight, I'm being joined by a chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, a former member of the House who graduated to the Senate, Senator Dino Melaye, joins us live in our studio here in Abuja. Thank you so much, distinguished Senator, for joining us tonight.
Good evening, viewers.
Let me start by beginning by, Happy Democracy Day. I may wish you that.
Yeah, there's nothing to celebrate, but yeah, we mark the day.
All right, and I'd like to get your view on our 23 years of democratic practice since 1998, 1999. That transition up until now, it's unfettered. Thank God that we'll stay together and no military incursion again. As we've seen over the past years, over almost 65 years of our existence after independence, we've had several years of military interregnum. But now we've had 23 years of unfettered democratic rule. What's your take on how far we've come?
And we thank God for unbroken 23 years democratic experiment. But one will say that while I am not an apologist of military government, we will say that what we have in this country from 2015 to date is actually worse than a military government. And that's why I say there's nothing to celebrate. Nigeria, we are living in perilous times. We're in times of vicissitude and vacillation. We're in times of opprobrium. There's confusion in the land. This country has never been divided as it is today, not even during the Civil War where we is divided. You cannot be sure of where your next meal is coming from. The roads are not safe.
Even these days, you are in your houses and people will come and abduct you from your homes. Our kids, our friends, our family members, well-wishers are somewhere abducted and no story about them, and there's no effort by government to, for them to regain their freedom. We are in a situation that is near to surrendering to God Almighty alone. And we have government without governance. We are in a democracy where the president have lost control, where the president, from his expressions and even his narratives, have shown that he's incapacitated. The security institutions are not in any way showing any drive towards ameliorating the situation. We are in a comatose situation. Nigeria is in the edge. Nigeria is at the brim. We've never had leadership failure like this ever, not even in Sudan or in Liberia do they have this quantum of leadership failure. And it is at all levels. The APC have failed Nigerians. The APC have invited chaos, have invited insecurity, have invited kidnapping, have invited banditry. I mean, we are just in a sorry state as a nation.
Are you blaming the ruling party for banditry and kidnapping in this country?
Yeah, because it was not this escalated before now, and it was almost been tamed. And the truth of the matter is that if there is hope, then we will be living on hope. But as I speak to you, there is no hope. There is no hope. The situation gets, messier on daily basis. The figures get higher on daily basis. The brazen bravado of these satanic individuals and characters is becoming outrageously calamitous. And who are we to blame? Because when the president of this country took his oath of office, he swore to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Section 14, 2B is part of what he swore to. And that is talking about the security and welfare of the people. Today, there is no security, not to talk of welfare. We are in a situation where the only thing you hear from your president is, I'm not aware. Or you say, I condemn, I condemn, I condemn. How long will he continue to condemn?
But when the ruling party will respond to this kind of assertion that you're making, they'll say, look, your party left a damaged country. Your party left a country, you are part of the APC. You are one of those who sold the APC to Nigerians. And when the APC government will respond to this kind of allusion you're making about the state of the country, they'll say, look, the PDP left for Nigeria, they left Nigeria in a comatose state. And it is the mess that the PDP left that they are trying to fix.
Anyway, I will want to disagree with you absolutely, because you are a Nigerian. You go to the Nigerian market. You know what life was with you in 2014 and 2015, and you know what it is today. So you don't need a prophet or APC to place an argument for you as an individual, as shown a Nigerian who also visit the same common markets like us. When the PDP left government in 2015, okay, I appeal to Buhari to take us back to where we were in 2014. And I'm sure Nigerians will celebrate him. Nigerians will clap for him. Nigerians will eulogize him.
Take us back in what sense?
Take us back to the situation in 2014.
When Boko Haram held,
I'm coming. Take us back.
17 local
you can't speak for me. You asked me the question, so allow me to respond. So what I'm saying in essence is that take us back to the situation where in 2014, my ticket from Abuja to Lagos, economy, was 23,000 naira. Today is 80,000 naira. Take me back there. Take me back to when a loaf of bread in 2014 is 120 naira, and today is 600 naira. I want to go back there. Take me back to 2014 when a liter of diesel will cost me only 180 naira. Today I'm buying diesel for 850 naira. Take me back to that situation. Take me back to the situation whereby my house, the house rent I pay for my staff and for my people is about 200, 300% of what I'm paying today. Take me back to that situation. Take me back to the situation whereby I am secured. I'm more secured. I could still travel by road. And where banditry, Boko Haram was primarily just within the enclave of the Northeast, between Yobe and Borno. Not today. You saw what happened in Ondo recently. You see what is happening in the East. You see what is happening. There's no part of this country that is safe today. Take us back to that time. Nothing that the PDP met, sorry, the APC, I'm sorry to say, nothing they met that today is better. It has gone from worse to, I don't even have an adjective to qualify it. So what I'm saying in essence, take us back to where the GDP of this country was where it was. Take us back to where dollar was 180 naira per dollar. Today, I'm buying dollar for over 600 naira to a dollar. Take me back to that.
Would you say the same thing about the state of infrastructure?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. State of infrastructure, what do you want to talk about? Is it the telecommunication industry, the PDP? Is it even the railway they are making noise about was initiated, commenced, started, ongoing by the PDP? I mean, there's no basis for comparison. It's like talking about darkness and light. You yourself, as shown, you know it. And I'm sure under anointing, you will speak the truth. I mean, we are in a very precarious situation. We've never had it. Nigeria is like a car being driven by a drunken driver or a car without a steering. There is no, direction. We are in a situation where even people are beginning to doubt even if anointing oil can do anything, because we are in trouble. We are in trouble. People
so where do we
dying.
go? No, where you say we are in trouble, where do we go from here?
Where we go from here is to discard evil. Is to discard satanism. Is to discard incompetence. Is to discard maladministration. Is to discard mega corruption, where one single civil servant will swallow 80 billion naira. I never thought that was possible in the Nigeria of my own generation. We need to...
That's the same thing the APC accused you, your party of.
How?
How? They speak about...
Name one single Nigerian.
The money meant for procurement of military hardwares.
I'm not talking propaganda that have not been substantiated till today.
Are people not taken to court over that matter?
I'm saying that have not been substantiated till today. I'm talking of a government where 80 billion naira by one single, I used to, there's a popular movie, The Heist. We watched a movie called The Heist. But the heist happened in Nigeria, where a single person moved away 80 billion. In course of investigation, additional 90 billion by one civil servant. It won't happen anywhere other than under APC administration. And I'm telling you that there are 1,001 people like that. And nothing will happen. We have seen it. The slogan of the party is join APC and your sins are forgiven. And that is why you saw there was exodus. But now, everyone is saying it. Everyone is now retracting. You can see there's exodus back to the PDP because light is about to come.
Let me go into the activities of the 2023, preparation for the 2023 presidential election. Now we have all the candidates for the presidential election now known, and their names will soon be submitted to INEC. I've had people who say here that Atiku and the PDP will be afraid of Bola Tinubu. Is that true?
That's ridiculous. That's funny. And for us in the PDP, we have advised Atiku to please put together his acceptance speech, because he's the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Bola Tinubu, with his inordinate ambition, capricious manifestation, and reaction formation, is no match in any way. Bola Tinubu is a baby weight compared to an Atiku Abubakar.
How would you say that? Why would you say that?
In all ramifications. In all ramifications. Even if...
Politically speaking.
Politically, mentally, medically, socially, even religiously.
Break it down for us to understand. You know, when you say politically, how would you describe Bola Tinubu?
Bola Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar, in terms of political popularity, they are not on the same page.
You mean Tinubu is bigger than him?
How can Tinubu be bigger? How can Volkswagen be bigger than the 911? How can you compare, a toddler, with Atiku is Atiku. You yourself sitting here, you know that Atiku is Atiku.
Bola Tinubu will tell you that he has never lost an election.
I can also tell you that Bola Tinubu has never won an election.
In what sense? He was a governor 2 times.
By what means?
And he supported President Muhammadu Buhari, has said that, to win elections twice.
Sheung, use your church mind to evaluate.
Is there anything like that, though?
If there is. Or use your godly mind to evaluate what we are talking about, or to analyze what we're talking about. In terms of political experience, you cannot put Tinubu and Atiku on the same page in terms of political experience. You can't. Atiku stepped down for Mko Abiola, 19 no calendar.
1992.
Atiku Abubakar, by the virtue of being the vice president of this country at the time, have a political edge in terms of experience more than Bola Tinubu. 3, in terms of connections, in terms of political manpower, in terms of knowing this country, knowing and understanding this country, including the problems of this country, you cannot put them on the same page. And in terms of even vying for that position, a road you have passed through once, twice, thrice, a man who is trying to take that route for the first time cannot begin to drag muzzles with you.
So you're thinking Atiku might beat Tinubu at the time?
Not that Atiku might beat Tinubu. Go and write it down, and write it please clearly in capital letters. By 12 o'clock, by the grace of God, the election is over. We are celebrating that Tinubu is the candidate of APC.
I've had some people, I have APC people who have said on that same chair that even before noon, that Tinubu will have beaten
It is not possible. Abubakar. It is not possible that a sound, intellectually mobile, physically fit Atiku.
Can't you say
understand?
Can't you say same of Bola Tinubu?
If I give you the Bible, can you say same of him?
I'm asking a question.
I'm asking you as a journalist.
No.
If I give you the Bible, can you say what I have the adjective I've used in qualifying my presidential candidate now? As Sheung,
no, you're the one.
Okibaloye, I give you the Bible, and maybe we're anointing oil and a mantle on your left hand. Can you say that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is physically, mentally capable to be president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? And you covered the APC convention, didn't you?
Senator, you are the one making comparison, and I'm asking. You've described your candidate with some adjective, and I'm saying, can't you say same about Bola Tinubu?
Atiku was playing football. I will send you the video some 3-4 days ago. Ask the candidate of the APC to go and do same.
Is it a sports competition?
You have to be mentally and physically fit to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's a constitutional requirement. So you cannot have. It's not possible for you to have an incapacitated president. It's not possible for you to have a president that will visit, just like this president is visiting London every now and then for medical trip. I mean, do you think Nigerians want to go back to that? We want to go from say Baba, to say Kaka. Meanwhile, Kaka means grandfather, Baba means father. You want to move from father to grandfather? Is that what you want? Is that what you wish for Nigeria as a journalist?
Well, some people will say, there was a time that we could not even hold Democracy Day celebration at the Eagle Square, but today we held such.
Anyway, you held such under what? By mobilizing more than how many military men and all that. Let's not deceive ourselves, my brother. The APC have brought pain, disaster, anger, anguish to this country. And I'm telling you that the only solution to our problems is Atiku Abubakar, who is the flag bearer of the PDP. You have a flag bearer of the APC who cannot even lift a flag. I mean, that is not what Nigerians are asking for.
Is that true that you couldn't lift a flag?
You covered that event, that convention. Yes, we covered it live. And Atiku Abubakar was under the flag by the national chairman of the PDP. And he was not assisted. He did not only lift the flag, understand, he actually moved it around. But Bola Tinubu needed the assistance of the national chairman and the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. Even with that assistance, he could not lift, the flag bearer could not lift the flag.
Is that true? Because what we saw...
Can you put on the tape if you have it?
That's it there.
Can you put on the tape, please? Let's see.
That's it there on the screen, Senator.
Just watch. I hope it's not edited.
No, we don't do that here.
Okay, just watch. Watch, please.
Maybe what you watched was different from what some Nigerians saw.
Anyway, we're watching. That is it. Watch.
So is he not lifting it by himself?
This is this is not what we saw. I have a tape and I can show you.
Senator,
I have a tape and I can show you.
This is exactly what happened.
This is not correct. This has gone through some tampering.
No.
And I can assure you this has gone through some tampering.
We don't do that here.
Anyway, I can tell you that this has gone through some tampering. I watched the event live. not a recorded, doctored one like this. No. I watch it live, and I watch it on channels. I watch it on channels, and I watch it live.
Senator,
not a doctored one like this. No, exactly, I'm telling you.
This was exactly.
No, this is not.
So there's a point where the president and the national chairman.
Yeah, assisted him. Okay, just look at that. Look at that. What is Adamu's aunt doing there? What is Adamu doing there?
What are you trying to say?
What is Adamu's hand doing there?
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say that he needs help. Atiku doesn't need any help. Okay, can you see what is happening there again? What is happening? What is Adamu doing? Adamu had to use his 2 hands to lift the left hand. Can't you see that? Sheung?
So, I mean, this is the reason why Nigerians should vote for your candidate other than Tinubu?
Because our candidate is not only intellectually mobile, is physically fit, mentally accurate, and administratively sagacious. That is Atiku Abubakar for you.
For those who have said that even the APC and the PDP, they've criticized and said, look, there is a third force that we need to look. We need to look at alternatives.
What third force?
Other than the APC and the PDP.
What third force? Atiku, Alu, at the first, at the second, at the third force, Alu Bumwabo.
What does that mean?
It means Atiku. Ankao first top, Ankao second top force, Ankao third force, Atiku. Think about this, Jesu. The meaning is that Atiku will defeat first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, even up to the 10th force. Atiku Abubakar is the man to salvage us from these economic cankerworms and financial scavengers. I'm appealing to you, don't allow your children and your wife, when you get home, begin to show some anger. Because they are Nigerians and you are a Nigerian. You know what is happening in this country today. We are in a situation where we must speak the truth to power. Buhari has failed. Tinubu will come. It will be worse than Buhari. And that is why he cannot even get the opportunity. No sane Nigerian today will go to a polling unit and vote for APC with the amount of hunger in the land, with the amount of killings in the land, with the amount of kidnapping in the land, with the amount of even, let me tell you, even kids can tell that there's famine in the land.
Has your candidate gotten a running mate yet?
We are working on a running mate.
Let me show you this information and perhaps some of the concentration that you're making. We are hearing the governor of Rivers State, there are talks. We are hearing that the governor of Delta State is also there are talks about him, the governor of Akwa Ibom, the former SGF, and the former deputy speaker. These are some of the names that have come up. How close are these?
All these names that have come up are qualified PDP individuals who are qualified to be the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But the choice of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is that of Atiku Abubakar and the party, not Dino Melaye.
When are we likely to hear your candidates?
I will give you the private number of Atiku after this program, so you can call him and confirm.
No, but because I know you're very close to him and you're a chieftain of the party.
Yeah, but the decision of the Vice Presidency is Atiku, it's not mine.
What is it considering? Is it considering a Christian-Muslim ticket or Muslim-Christian ticket?
I do not have the celestial powers to read his mind, but I know that we're a considerate party.
What do you mean by that?
We'll do what we have been doing from 1999.
And that's, which is?
Definitely, we are a unique party who believe in the unity and togetherness of this country. And that is why we have already said that the Vice President of this country is going to come from the South. And Atiku is a Muslim, definitely his Vice President will be a Christian. We're not going to behave like hypocrites talking about Muslim tickets. That is not possible in Lagos. Tinubu was governor in 1999, was his running mate and deputy governor a Muslim? Huh? He made Fashola governor in Lagos State as a Muslim. Was Fashola's deputy a Muslim? When is two of them having served 2 terms as governors and as Muslims, didn't he bring a Christian, Ambode? Was Ambode's deputy a Muslim? A Christian? After Ambode, he brought the man, Sanwo-Olu, who is here now, a Christian, is his deputy, a Muslim. What you cannot do within your own enclave, you are trying to sell to Nigerians. We are waiting. We are waiting. At the end of the day, whether you follow Muslim, you follow Christian, or Dolo Magba, F9 parallel.
But they've not said they're doing Muslim ticket, have they?
We are seeing this innovation. I listened to his speech when he delivered his victory speech. He said religion have no coloration in our national polity. He said it is where you are born that you are. Those are already certain templates, and we are smelling it, but we are waiting. Anyone that is destined to go must go.
All right. Thank you so much, Senator. But of course, that video that you saw, It's authentic video.
But eventually, even in that same video, you saw what happened.
But
where Abdullah Adamu is using two hands to support.
I'm saying that.
Did you see that?
You pointed
did you see that?
You pointed out.
Did you see that?
You pointed out something that.
No, did you see that?
That is on the integrity of this organization.
No, did you see that? Did you see that? Where Abdullah Adamu used two hands?
I'm saying that video is authentic.
I want you to answer this before we
round up. You have raised an issue. Just hold on. Senator, hold on. You've raised something that touched on the integrity of this organization and trust and integrity.
I said the video I saw.
You said that was edited.
I saw it on channel.
Now you saw.
Except it is doctored.
But that's not true.
Except it is doctored.
But that's not true, Senator.
But even what I was looking for, I saw eventually.
I
saw eventually.
Do you now realize that you were wrong in the first place?
How?
That you said it was doctored.
Except it was doctored.
So it wasn't doctored. You realized it wasn't doctored.
What I was looking for, eventually when the narratives continued, I saw it.
Okay.
And please, did you see it? Where Abdullah Adamu used two hands to support Baba.
I wasn't watching as much as you. Thank you so much, Senator Dino Melaye, for coming tonight.
Thank you very much. The pleasure is always mine.
We'll take a break, everyone, and when we come back, we hear the other perspective to this matter. Well, Senator Dino Melaye has spoken. Will Atiku beat Tinubu as he has posted tonight? We hear from the APC and on issue of democracy in Nigeria. Stay with us. We'll be right back. With us. I'm now being joined by Honorable Yusuf Gagdi. He's a member of the House of Representatives representing Plateau State in the Green Chamber. Thanks so much, Honorable, for joining us.
Thank you,
and indeed, a chieftain of the APC. You heard what Senator Dino Melaye said about your party, but before we get into all of those, I'd like you to react to some of those. Democracy in Nigeria, I'd like to get your own thought about how far we have come as a people.
We are moving. I believe we are growing. And I believe democracy is developing. It is not built in one day. Even the advanced democracy had their own contestations before they get to where they are. I believe democracy have grown in Nigeria and is moving forward. Looking at it in the holistic perspective, you cannot say that something is growing and it must grow in the very right perspective that people must appreciate from A to Z. It has its own litmus tests, where, yes, I agree when it comes to issue of insecurity from 1999 till date, it keep on coming up, probing up from one regime to another. But you cannot say that democracy in Nigeria is not growing. Ask me any day, anytime, I will tell you we are moving forward.
I think applause should be given to those who have tried to uphold the tenets of democracy in this country, the heroes, those who have shed blood, those who have died, those who have protected this democracy. We need to applaud them. But what must we do to improve this democracy?
Yes, definitely is to have good governance. Good governance is the only solution to improvement of democracy.
Are we getting it?
Well, yes, we are getting there. Definitely, you know. If you look at the mistake of the past and what Nigerians are doing, what public office holders are doing today, a lot of framework are being provided to ensure that our democracy work and function just like the developing democracies. And without those things in place, even those people that counter and counteract and insult the present democracy are beneficiaries of democracy. So in one way or the other, I can say without any fear of political contradiction that our democracy will certainly get stabilized with what is happening, with the awareness to Nigerians by Nigerians, with the way people are understanding governance and with the way people are understanding hardship and how to put government in place that can, you know, correct the wrong method by past leaders. Definitely we'll get there one day.
I mean, you heard what Senator Dino Melaye said about the dividend of democracy, because it's supposed to be a government that is people-oriented.
Without democracy, there wouldn't be Dino Melaye. So if I was here, my only regret is you would have kept me with Dino facing one another. If he talk, I respond. I talk, he respond. Without democracy, will there be Dino? Will there be the activism he had been playing in democracy? Will there have been all those, would he have been the actor of democracy? Would he have been someone, like you call them, those people that perform in the stages when you call an event, what do you call them? Would he have been playing the role he had played? I think democracy met Dino and his co-travelers, so he should appreciate democracy. Without democracy, I believe he wouldn't have fallen from a car when police were carrying him. That is one of the actions he had met as a result of democracy. In military junta, I am not sure if someone is being called to face justice, he will jump from the car and act the script he have acted. So democracy back Dino Melaye. So I don't expect him to talk against democracy. He's a senator under a democratic regime.
Now, under this government, would you say Nigerians have seen better days?
I am one of the person that is very consistent when it comes to speaking the truth. I have raised at the floor of the Green Chamber of the National Assembly to draw line between some policies of the federal government that is unacceptable to the people of Nigeria. And I don't expect, as a public office holder, that government must perform 100% clean. Definitely there are areas that government have failed. I will say that any day, any time.
On this government?
But of course, just like in the previous government, the government is not a saint. They are human beings. They make mistakes. So I'm one of the advocates of democracy, even in APC, that can look at where government failed and say government has failed in this sector.
Where has your party failed?
In the area of maintenance of security. I can
Fairly
say
in
this
your
anywhere.
state?
Anywhere. My states have done better compared to the past during the PDP government. And failure of government in terms of maintenance of security, where I differ with the likes of Dino, is not attributed to the president. President doesn't, yes, he's the president, but there are people that are responsible with the day-to-day running of government, whether the security, you have them, whether administration, you have them, whether civil servant, you have them. The people themselves, how have they contributed to the failure of insecurity? You can blame the failure of insecurity on the government and on the citizens themselves, including some of us, the public office holders. I call that in the black and white. When it comes to failure, I say. But again, when you go to other sectors that have to do with the reason why government fell, in terms of funding, in terms of what used to be available to government in the past and what used to be available in the present government, you will equally appreciate the government for managing the meager income and the meager resources that come to them. You cannot equate a government that have a price of petroleum crude oil per barrel at the rate of 120, 130 per barrel with a government that the price declined to 30 and 20 US dollar per barrel.
So there's a reason for the failure.
There's a reason for the failure. Because insecurity cannot be addressed without funding.
So your party did not fail because it
want to fail. It fails because there was no funder pillar put in place by previous government for it to build on that. The hardship of the bad economic failure, bad economic policy of the PDP administration is what makes the APC not to get it right in terms of maintenance of security.
Wouldn't that haunt your party in the next election?
We have reasons.
That failure,
I am giving you reasons for reason why things are not done absolutely in terms of
maintenance of security. See reason why they should vote your party again?
And that is why I tell you Nigerians are advancing on a daily basis. The way they understand politics in 1999 is not the way they understand politics in today.
And maybe the reason why Senator Dino Melaye was claiming that Atiku will beat Tinubu at the polls.
That is his own perspective. But again, I don't see correlation between Atiku and Tinubu. Ask me anywhere, I don't see. He is saying that you can't compare Volkswagen and 911. Who is Volkswagen and 911 between Atiku and Tinubu? Is it Atiku that run to Tinubu to cry and look for platform under ACN to contest for presidency? And Tinubu, as his boss, get him the enablement to contest the presidency of Nigeria under ACN that is a 911, or someone that went on his bended knees to beg? Who is 911 between them? If I was here, I would have asked him. Is it Tinubu that is 911 or Volkswagen? It's Atiku that is Volkswagen, and Tinubu is 911. Because it is only the master that will give you a platform to contest election. Go and ask Atiku. Let him give you his private line and ask whether Atiku have not pleaded with Tinubu to give him platform to contest for presidency of this country.
He made reference that Atiku has tried to be president for almost 4 years, 4 times now.
Yes, and he failed.
This is the first time Bola Tinubu is trying.
And that's why he fell again. He will fail again.
Would you say that Atiku, in that sense, is more experienced than Bola Tinubu?
I don't think so. I don't think a person that transform a state from one of the most dangerous and bad economy in Nigeria, Lagos State, to one of the most viable economy will not be a threat to someone that have not constructed even a 1 kilometer tar road to his state as a vice president. I don't think there is comparison between the two of them. Look at what Tinubu have done to Lagos State in terms of their qualification. Put the two at par. Ask Atiku, what has he done to Adamawa State? Being a vice president of Nigeria for 8 years. You will know that definitely the experience are not comparable. It's not about name. It's not about Atiku. It's not about contesting for president once or twice or thrice. It's about someone that has impacted on the life of the people that he represents. In the little position you have given Tinubu as a governor of Lagos State, he made Lagos State one of the most advanced economy in West Africa. What has Atiku done as a vice president, number 2 citizen of Nigeria? Follow the road to Yola. It is Buhari that is constructing that road to his village. So what happened? As a vice president, if you cannot touch the life of the people that elected you, that give you the enablement to be the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, how can you compare their democratic intellectuals with Tinubu? They are 2 different things and they don't agree.
So you don't agree that Atiku will beat Tinubu?
Yes, because Nigerians are looking at what Tinubu have done in his little capacity as the governor and what Atiku have done in his capacity as the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
He says he knows Nigeria more than Tinubu does.
But what has he done when he knows Nigeria? What has he done to Nigerians? What has he done to his state as a vice president?
Maybe that's the reason why he's asking
so he
for
was
the opportunity.
waiting not to perform from 1999 to 2005. It is now that he has studied, after leaving office for the past of 8 years, that he has studied to come and perform in Nigeria? What someone have look at the suffocation that Atiku and Obasanjo have done to Tinubu when he was governor of Lagos State, and look at how he maneuvered his way to perform in transforming Lagos State. You will know that we have a best president. It's not about people talking about health issue, that he can't lay a flag. You give a candidate a flag, and you don't expect the national chairman and the president of the country under that party to raise the hand of the flag bearer up. It happens even in PDP. So Dino should not come and blackmail Tinubu that he cannot raise a flag. After all, governance is not a relay race. It is something that is done with your hate and your ability to discharge your function to the people of the country.
So what he said, you don't agree with?
I don't agree with that. And Nigerians definitely.
He said physically, health-wise, medically, and administratively that Atiku is better.
Who walked Tinubu to the podium that day? Was he on a wheelchair? Who held him to stand? Who dictated his speech for him? So what kind of health and fitness are we talking about to run the president of this country? The person that from the last 7 days of APC's convention have gone to meet over 8 to 9 aspirants and have visited over 10 stalwarts of the party. You are now telling he's not fit? Atiku, since after the PDP convention, he only summoned governors to his house. But Tinubu is busy running from one house to another, standing fit, speaking gallantly, and making statements in the 4 angles of this country, and someone will come. What fitness are we talking about? Is it that person that sit in his house and put a cup of tea beside his chair and begin to sip and invite people, or that Tinubu that visit people from one angle of Abuja to another just to express his satisfaction and appeal to them to work together? What fitness are we talking about?
I mean, and I asked him because this question, which I'm going to also ask you, in relation to what the argument whether PDP and APC should be left, I mean, those who feel the third force or the alternative political parties, that Nigerians should look towards them other than PDP and APC. According to those critics, they said, look, both parties have failed and they've tried them and they should try something else.
I'm a Democrat and I believe in democracy. People have the right to say whatever they want to say for the benefit of their interest in politics. But I believe that Tinubu will do better, and I believe APC government have done better. I equally acknowledge the fact that the government of President Muhammadu Buhari is not a saint. It has its own attendant failure, which is accepted by me, and reason for that failure is equally made very clear by me. But it doesn't mean that you cannot develop. One thing about democracy, in my own opinion, is when there is continuity, definitely problems are going to be solved. And if Tinubu is allowed to continue from where President Muhammadu Buhari will stop, we are going to do better. And a lot of issues that President Muhammadu Buhari was unable to address, I am very sure that the government of APC will address. But to say that PDP and APC are not whatever, then we should look for a third-party option, is democracy. At the end of the day, it is the people vote. It is the power that people will donate to whosoever they want to donate that will prevail.
Honorable Gagdi, is it true that your party is considering a Muslim ticket?
I'm not aware of that, and I'm not supporting that.
What if that's the decision of Well, the candidate, because the candidate is incumbent on him to choose a running mate.
Yes, it is his own right to choose whosoever he wants to choose for the benefit of winning election. But again, if he does that, some of us will respect his right for doing that. But I don't think we are fair to even Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be arrogating the intention of running a Muslim ticket to him. I believe in Nigeria. And I am ready to some extent that I don't forget about the 5 national objectives: a just and egalitarian society, a free and democratic society, a united, strong and self-reliant nation, a land of bright and full of opportunities for all citizens, a great and dynamic economy. They are there. So I respect the 5 national objectives. Building on that is just like religion. I'm a Muslim. Islam is built on justice. The 5 national objectives talk about a just and egalitarian society, a land of bright and equal opportunities for all citizens. If you look at the dissension, issues of trust among Nigerian people, you will not contemplate talking about Christian ticket or Muslim.
So you agree with the Christian Association of Nigeria
in total
that said, look, if you go by a Christian ticket or Muslim ticket, any party which does that is going to fail?
I agree with their fact that we shouldn't do that. But winning or not winning, it's not within our power to say that I'm going to fail or I'm going to win. God give power to whosoever he so desires.
So those who have said, should your party go Muslim, Christian, you might not be able to get the northern vote if you go with
it's
a
not
Christian
true.
northern.
I don't believe in that. The same those that says we should go for Muslim ticket in our party are those that says that the presidency should be zoned to the south. They are basing their argument of Muslim ticket on competency and capability to deliver. Are they telling me that the Christians have no competent people to be the running mate to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Are they saying that the Christians have no capacity, people that have the capacity to be running mate? What they are saying
the capacity or the reality of our political numbers in this country. You are from the northern region, you are from the north central, a swing region of the country.
Yes.
A swing votes almost every election. But we're talking about the northwest and the northeastern region of the country.
What is vote?
Where the Islamic religion takes...
Is the vote based on religion? Vote is based on your capacity.
But is it not true?
Also, example. Let me give you an example.
You're talking about what should be. We're talking about what the reality is. That religion has played a major role in the politics of the northeast and the northwest of Nigeria.
Of course, I agree with you. But in deliverance of votes, when you are talking about votes, you are now talking about the capacity of individuals to mobilize people, to convince people to vote for them. I am a member representing Panshin Kanke Kanam Federal Constituency, 3 local governments from Plateau. In those 3 local governments, Muslims constitute only perhaps 30%, and Christians are about 70%. I won election, I won primaries again, I'm coming for 2nd time. So it is not being Muslim or Christians that give vote. The ability of the people to understand what a leader is providing to them and their belief in that person is what will be able to...
Should your party go Muslim, will it hurt your...
It will hurt me as an individual.
Will it hurt the chances of your party?
Definitely.
Let me show you the possibility of those whose names have been mentioned.
Okay.
Those whose names have been mentioned in your party. The likes of the former SGF, Babachi Lawal, the governor of Borno State, Babangana Zulum, the former governor of Borno State, Kashim Shatima, the governor of Yobe State, the governor of Kaduna State. These are some of the names that have been mentioned.
Well, like I said, it's political interest. People have right to mention whosoever they want to mention. Like El-Rufai you mentioned. I had one of his debates with you. I try as much as possible to avoid mentioning name. But I give you this as a pictorial example, that the Muslim ticket is not an issue. It is workable. Because candidates, running mates should be chosen, not based on religious coloration, but based on their individual capacity to deliver on the problem that is facing this country.
All right.
But I ask, why did they support zoning of the presidency to the south-south? They should have equally said that the APC zoning of presidency should not be zoned to the southern part of the country. It should be allowed open for persons that have the capacity and capability to win. They decided El-Rufai, Governor El-Rufai, with utmost respect to him, decided to support the zoning of the presidency to the south because he believed there should be fairness to the southern region. Why is he not believing that there is supposed to be fairness in the other religious faiths? So I believe if we want, it's not about winning. My own contest, my own opinion is not about winning. Yes, you can do Muslim ticket and win, but how can you rule harmoniously? How can you rule peacefully? What I am looking for to Tinubu is to form a government that at the end of the day he will simplify uniting this country based on religion, based on our region and whatever.
Honorable Yusuf Gagdi, member of the House of Representatives representing Plateau State in the National Assembly. Thank you so much indeed for coming. And I, as well, of course, a member of the APC. But that's our show for today, everyone. Many thanks for watching.
But next time, call me and Dino Melaye so that we talk about APC and PDP, so that we talk about Atiku and Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Well, we'll try that some other time. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye, everyone.